It's connecting. In case anyone's curious, it looks like it worked. All right. Okay, so let's get started. Thank you everyone for joining. We have about 10 people here, others watching on our YouTube channel. Grace, if you want to make sure it's working, do you mind? Okay, cool, thanks. All right, so let's get started. For those of you who are new here, my name is Abigail Gibbons. I am the host of the WOW series, the creator. This is my baby, and it's been really years, but especially since last August, a lot of work to bring the WOW series to life. And today is just a time to celebrate all of our exciting announcements and what we've done over the past, 8 months, and also bringing together the community of people who have not only championed us, but who have really benefited from the WOW series and have their own positive experience. So I'm going to share my screen as we get started and tell you what we have been up to. So just give me a second while I get that up. All right. Can everyone see this wonderful PowerPoint here? Let's get funding. All right, so let's get funding. Our big announcement and why we are all here is that we are crowdfunding with I Fund Women. Our goal is, drum roll, I don't know if anyone heard that. I tapped my table. We are trying to raise $20,000 by August. And what is this for? I will tell you. And what are the new products that we have launched to accompany this? I will also share. So why are we crowdfunding? Why do we want to raise $20,000 for the WOW series? We have 4 core reasons here, and first things first, which you'll see here, is to pay our team. For those of you who know, we have a team of incredible 4 women who have just volunteered time out of their lives to help us with our YouTube channel, to help us grow our podcast, and to help us with our social media content, special projects. And they have excelled and done excellent work, and it can no longer be done for free, right? I think we all can agree that we believe in paying women what they're worth, and they deserve to be paid. So that is the biggest reason why we're crowdfunding, because I can no longer do it out of pocket, and they can no longer do it out of just the goodness of their hearts, you know? And most importantly, we want to accelerate the growth of the WOW series. We have grown to over 15 countries since we launched in August, and we have an international platform, but we need income and more financial support to keep our programming accessible while we continue to scale. We don't want to have to charge an arm and a leg to come to our events or to make our content private. We still want everyone to be able to benefit and access the WOW series. So to do that, we need more funding to scale. And in scaling, we also need to invest in technology that will allow us to continue to produce our podcast, all of our new virtual offerings, and of course, lead us into the new hybrid world of our hybrid and in-person virtual events. Now, how crowdfunding works is you donate money, we have rewards, which I will run you through. So we're hosted on I Fund Women. You can donate a monetary contribution, or you can purchase a reward, which is, say, an Instagram Live, one of our new membership offerings, and you can get something in return for donating and supporting WOW. But if financially it's just not in the cards for you, we have 3 great ways that you can donate. And it only takes less, than 5 minutes or a few seconds. And that's just following our podcast, which I will put a link in the chat once I get through this PowerPoint, visiting our new website, and of course, following us on Instagram and our social media channels. So I will put the links in there for you to reference. Now, for those of you who don't know that much about the WOW series, a quick overview about who we are is we are a diverse speaker and interview series that works to advance equality in all professionals who are typically underrepresented by giving them a platform to be heard on our podcast, YouTube channel, and our panel discussions. Who we serve are this community of purpose-driven professionals, entrepreneurs, athletes, activists, anyone who's looking to make impact in their careers, whether it's through their career or starting a business. Now the problem, why do we exist? 3 big points here. One is twice as many women as men feel unsatisfied in their careers, and a lot of this can be attributed to the inequalities that we face in the workplace, right? To accompany that, only 69% of women have a mentor compared to 82% of men. You might think, oh, 69, that's over half of women have a mentor, but when you compare that to the 82% of men, we are still lacking in mentorship. And this mentorship is integral in not only navigating our careers, but also in starting businesses. As you may or may not know, entrepreneurs who have a mentor are more likely to succeed than those who don't. It's also important to note that of the 30% of women who left to start businesses last year, 13% of them contributed their leaving their full-time job to start a business to a dissatisfaction with corporate America. And to wrap it all up, there's a fundamental lack of representation. Only 1 in 25 C-suite executives are a woman of color. And as we always have seen in our traditional media, there's been a greater push to have more representative and diverse stories on our television and the shows that we're watching. So we're working to solve this by creating our own media platform that serves the professional and that gives true representation to the diverse stories, so that way no professional, no woman has to feel alone in navigating their careers. And how do we solve for this? Through our strategic programming, which are our WOW Speaker Series events that happen monthly. They might be moving to quarterly, and our interviews that happen in between. So we're constantly creating content and bringing community together to help work towards our mission of giving all professionals and women a platform to be heard. And through this, we also provide easy, accessible mentorship. So our events moving forward are going to have an hour-long networking session. So our speaker series will be about a 40-minute long panel and a 40 to an hour-long networking session where our attendees can get direct mentorship from our incredible panelists who have spanned from leading new entrepreneurs to leaders from Fortune 500 companies. And we've seen this mentorship happen on the spot, which you'll be hearing from our community shortly. On top of that, we're also launching a membership platform, which I'll tell you about, which is very reasonably priced and also allows member meetups, networking sessions, this mentorship to continue to happen. And through all of this, we have impact. You'll see below, we've supported over 1,000 women from around the world in different industries. We've hosted different events. And after every single event or conversation, we have professionals who reach out to us who say that they were able to create a collaboration with someone else in our WOW community, or they were inspired to start and pursue a venture or a side hustle or a business that worked to have impact and better our communities. All right, enough from me. Thank you for listening to what we've been up to. I'm going to jump into some of our rewards overviews. So during, to, or after the session, you can go purchase a reward of your choice, support the WOW series, and then you'll hear from our guest speakers. You don't have to just take it from me. Of course, I'm passionate and I love the WOW series, but we've brought community leaders here to share about what they love about the WOW series as well. Let's get started. Our membership rewards. We created this membership starting at $35 for our Global Connector, which is a founding member. It is a virtual-only membership where you can connect with WOW community leaders from around the world. At our member meetups that happen monthly, you'll have access to our Slack channel, a profile and directory on our website, and you will get free access to all of our events. And keep in mind, the networking session of our events now, a ticket for a typical WOW Speaker Series event is $20. So if you purchase a $35 Global Connector membership that lasts you through the whole quarter, you can attend our events for free. Now, our founding membership is for the New York Socializer, something we're really excited about. This is our first New York chapter membership where you will get all the benefits of the Global Connector, but you'll also be able to attend our New York City meetups with other like-minded professionals. We'll have different happy hours, different meetups. We'll go to cool, innovative spaces here, and just a great way to bring our community together. So if you've been inside in the pandemic or a lot of your friends have moved, you recently moved to New York, this is a great reward for you. And again, this pricing is for the quarter. And lastly, if you know a deserving professional who you think would be a great WOW Series member, but you're not sure they can invest in it financially, you can also sponsor a member and pay for them and then recommend them to us. For the entrepreneur and professional, we want every single person listening here today and in our community to be empowered to create their own thought leadership. So we created some rewards of some of our successful content creation and digital platforms where you can purchase, support the WOW series, and in return get your own thought leadership. You can donate a $50 to do an Instagram Live with us and get your name out among our community. We've done Instagram Lives with a lot of the professionals who are speaking here today. If you want, If you want something that's a bit more high level that you can keep on your website, that you can put on your LinkedIn, that you can use as reoccurring thought leadership when you go to pitch media or submit an award, we recommend doing the WOW interview on our YouTube channel. So this is formally produced. We create the graphics for you that you see here, and this is evergreen content that you can use as your own thought leadership on your own platforms. And then finally, for someone who is a big WOW Series fan and wants to get their name out there, we will produce an interview for you that will live on our YouTube channel, but also get exclusive access to our podcast. Our seasons are only 8 episodes long, but we will make an exception for anyone who donates and purchases this reward, and you'll be on season 2 of our podcast that just launched. Do the side hustle. I love this name. Thank you, Emily Merrill. I think everyone should do the side hustle, no matter if you aren't sure what you want to do yet or you have this idea in the back of your mind. I'll take an hour-and-a-half mentorship call with you to set up and refine everything about your idea for your side hustle. We'll go through a checklist of what you need to get started, from financial to social to website planning. And we will also work through how you can create a digital community to advance this idea and your side hustle. For the gifter and WOW fan, this is a limited edition 10 only product bundle from all women of color owned brands in the WOW Series community. So this includes skincare from Tallulah Skincare, which is truly the best lotion I've ever used. Then you get $50 to a sustainably sourced fashion marketplace where you can buy clothing and accessories from Wear Consciously. You can get cards from Hello Prosper, and you can get fantastic tea and a tote from Us2Tea. So this, you can buy it for yourself, you can buy it and gift it to, say, clients or friends in your network as well. If you just want to support us, you can give a monetary contribution at any amount that works for you. You can purchase at $10 only. You can get an inspirational WOW wallpaper that you can put on your phone background. Or if you're a WOW fan and you want to pass out our stickers among your friends or rep it on your computer, you can purchase some stickers that we will send to you. All right, now let's hear from the community. I'm going to put in the chat, and we'll also put in the YouTube live stream how you can follow us and stay connected. One of our exciting announcements that I have not touched on enough yet is that we just launched our podcast, which we are so excited about. And this podcast is hosted on all podcasting platforms. We took our top 8 most watched interviews from YouTube and transitioned them into our podcast. So we would love if you would follow, if you would review that, listen and share it among your community. And of course, follow us on social media, visit our website, and just blast out our crowdfunding campaign. As I said, our goal is 20,000. It's a big feat by August, but we believe that we can do it thanks to the community like you. So I'm going to go ahead and stop my screen share. And I will welcome, I want to make sure she's here. Yes, Kim. All right, so we have a handful of WOW professionals that I'm going to bring onto the stage here. And the first one up is Kim. She was our very first WOW Series speaker when we relaunched in August, and she's brought her family into our community, recommended our family into her family into our community. It's been a family affair with her, and she is one of our biggest fans or one of her biggest fans. So I'll stop talking now. Kim, I'll let you unmute and share who you are and really, you know, what the WOW Series has meant to you.
Thanks. Hi, Greg. Hi. Sorry. Thank you, everyone. My voice is still like this is my morning voice. I got the times mixed up and I thought it was going to be at 3:30 for some reason, like 3:30 my time. And so when I got Abby's email with the link, I thought, oh my goodness. So I'm a little frazzled here, but thank you, Abby. It's so great to be here. It's so funny that I'd never been to a virtual networking event ever until a series of fortunate events led me to meet Emily. And then I attended her event, the first time, the 6 Degree Society event. And I couldn't believe that I could enjoy the virtual networking event as much as I did that. And then she had her breakout session. And in one of the sessions, I met Abby. And we just like hit it off, and that's how this started. And I got to really connect with her, and not only with her, but with her sister Grace as well. And so it's so amazing how one experience can really change your life. Abby invited me to speak, and I did. And from then, it was just so, the sparks just like lit. Something just went off in my head. I was in a room, well, virtual room, with all these amazing women who were doing amazing things. And all my fears just crumbled away. I was, at that time, in that moment, I saw that I could do whatever I set my mind to do because these women were doing it. And so I got so motivated. I'd been thinking of starting a podcast for probably 3 years. It'd been in my head, oh, I'm going to do this, but I was just afraid. I didn't think I could do it. And I remember like putting it there and seeing like people with like Abby began to call me a podcaster even before I was a podcaster. And like, it was amazing. And that just, so now I have a podcast. Now I started, like, I just got this energy to do. I registered for a course I never thought I could do. And my life now is just so much better because I feel like I can do anything because of these women. And the greatest thing that, like the thing that drew me to the WOW series was that there are a lot of people who are allies, and I put this in quotes because there might be good intentions, but the way that people go about it is different. The thing that draws me, people, okay, I'm going to just summarize this. There are people who steal your voice to tell your story. They think that because you've told them a story, they know that story well enough. So they create a platform and they tell your story. But what Abby does with the WOW series is that she creates a platform, she invites everyone to the table, and she steps aside and lets you tell your story. And that is incredible. And that is the greatest. I feel like I'm gonna cry. Okay, yeah, so that is the thing that just really drew me here. And that's the reason
why. You can't do that because you're gonna make me cry.
I know, I'm such a suck. Anyway, and that is the reason why it's so easy to talk about what you do. I'm not being a champion just because you're cool or just because, oh, it was fun. No, I can be an honest champion for this because I can tell that it's genuine. It's just women supporting women. And you're creating a place for people to come and tell their stories. And that is just absolutely incredible. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Kev. I'm so honored I asked you to speak. I will get emotional, but I'm going to try and keep it together. That really means so much, and that was beyond anything I expected to hear. And especially as an entrepreneur, I often wonder if I'm really having impact, right? But I'm going to remember that and always remember that going forward. And I think what's beautiful, especially in the U.S., we are such a divided country right now, especially between Black and white, and like just to see this and have that relationship and know that I've created a space at least to start to solve that, which is my goal. Really, really just warms my heart. So thank you much, Kev. I'm sending you a virtual hug. I'm gonna call you after this because you got me in my emotions for sure. But we only have in like 40 minutes here, so I need to keep moving. Thank you so much. And this is why we're crowdfunding, to continue to support and share more stories. Next up, we have Christine. So Christine and I recently connected, and her company actually supported us with one of our very first events and partnered with us here in the spring. So she's a powerhouse connector at heart. I love working with her because she's one of those partners who really just wants to come together and brainstorm and see how we can connect and network and grow and help more professionals. So Christine, I'd love for you to introduce yourself and share why events like the WOW series are important for networking, prospecting, engaging clients, and as that's what you do in your full-time job.
Perfect. Thank you, Abby. Great to be here. Hi, everyone. I'm Christine Portillo. I actually work with Abby's uncle. So we got connected, a couple months ago, pretty recently. And it's been amazing. It's tough to follow Kim's experience and sharing that, and really appreciate what you shared too, because it really resonates with me. And I love what you said about being a champion for connecting and really building this inclusive environment throughout so many communities. I am in private wealth management at Merrill Lynch, and I'm in Minneapolis, and so a lot smaller than New York City, where Abby's at, and everyone's all over. It sounds like here, which is so cool. But really love connecting in Minneapolis, and there is a lot of really large companies, a lot of small companies, a lot of startups, and so much opportunity. So I really enjoyed that. But having the pandemic happen has been really challenging because I'm someone who really enjoys connecting in person. So getting used to this virtual environment has been really interesting, but Abby's events have made it so seamless. And I got the privilege to speak on the What's Next event. So talking about networking and collaborating, and how do you really integrate maybe a side hustle potentially if you're even in corporate America. So there's so many different dynamics there. I'm so proud of the work that the WOW series and Abby has been doing, and really excited to just be part of it, and I want to get to know all of you better too, so we can all be champions for the program together, and help Abby, meet new people, to introduce to the company and provide even more value. So thank you so much. And yeah, congrats, Abby, on all your success so far.
Thank you so much, Christine. I'm very excited to see how we can collaborate going forward too. And you know how we have that New York City socializer community that we're starting? I already have it in my mind to do it in Minneapolis together.
Yes, yeah. I love it. Everyone's invited.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Christine. Emily, it is time for you. Am I going to cry in this one? I don't know. But Emily's been a dear mentor of mine even before the WOW series was an idea. She helped support me through the pandemic and launch the WOW series and keep our mission going. So I thought it'd be great to have her come here, introduce herself, and share her perspective, what it's been like really mentoring me in the WOW series and seeing it grow from a hodgepodge that no one knew was happening to now actually, a more streamlined business and company.
Oh, well, what a pleasure to be here. And it's so hard to follow Kem and Christine. And just so you know, the guy waving was my husband. Kem, I met at my wedding, and is a friend, is married to my husband's friend. So talk about a small world connection there. But hi, everyone. I'm Emily. I am the founder of a female-focused networking organization called 6 Degrees Society, and a business coach for solopreneurs. I'm typically based in San Francisco, but today I'm calling you from sunny Palm Springs, sitting outside, so I hope you guys can hear me okay. But I have had the pleasure of I met Abby back in the end of 2018. She came to one of my events, and she had this spirit for traveling and for community. And we both had the commonality of living in Argentina after college. And when I met Abby, she was hell-bent on helping individuals who had been athletes come together in a bigger way. So when we started working together, we really started focusing on that. And it took a turn into helping these side hustlers and helping women just be mentored, and it expanded so much more from her individual little niche that she thought she was going to go into. And it's been extraordinary watching her both manage a full-time, really, really rigorous full-time job and the WOW series with such grace and with such balance. Basically, like, if you are struggling, you have no idea that you are struggling, because you always just have the sunniest disposition and show up at every single event where I'm wowed. I host so many events, and I have not been to an event of Abby's that I've been like, oh my God, this girl has put so much work into every single event, from the promotional materials before it to making each speaker just feel like they are Beyonce at a VIP concert. So Abby, you are just doing extraordinary work, and I'm so, so, so thrilled to know that you were crowdfunding. And I hope that it's just 20,000 is the minimum that we raise by the timeline that you have. And this is the start of something so much bigger, where we can wow in person, we can wow across the globe. And I'm just constantly blown away by the collaborations and the community that you've cultivated.
Thank you so much. I know it's been a pleasure to work with you from the very beginning. And you've helped me a lot figure out how to balance my side hustle and full-time job. And it's really been a pleasure to feel like now I've learned enough to help others do it. That's what we're here for. And so much of this is attributed to you as you've been supporting me along the way. So thank you so much again, Em. I'm so excited to see what the future holds. I agree, 20K is the minimum. Like, we can do this. We can do this. All right, Emily, you gave a great segue to Kelly, as I met her also traveling when I was in South America. She's London-based. Ironically, we were both working in sport for social impact. So as Em said, I was an athlete and I have a huge passion. Christine was one too, and all of us have aligned in just, life after sport and how entrepreneurship contributes to that, how we can start careers that use sport to make the world a better place. So I was a big fan of Kelly when I met her. She was interning at another organization that I really enjoyed called Football Moss, and now she's co-founded her own nonprofit that works in the Gambia. I will let her take it from here, but she's also spoken at a WOW Series event and has been a great connector of mine and support of mine. And really quick as well, for those of you who don't know, 10% of our paid partnerships go back to nonprofits like Kelly's and other in the WOW community.
Thanks, Abby. So great to be here. It's been really cool to kind of see your journey from where I met you in Chile to now, and see you kind of develop the WOW series. I know when we both met, like, Run the Bases had just kind of started, and we both kind of like have gone on this journey of side hustling along the way. So I feel really happy and sort of honored to be here to talk about the WOW series and Run the Bases today, and how sort of important the WOW series has been for sort of for me and for Run the Bases. So I'm Kelly Smith. I'm the founder of a not-for-profit called Run the Bases. We use the sport of softball to address sort of gender inequality, specifically sort of inequality in education, currently in Gambia. And we sort of do this by using sport as a kind of a hook and a tool to get children from sort of vulnerable communities in and learning and playing together. And then we sort of team that with an education program run by local teachers and tutors within their communities. And I think for me, I was a speaker on the Game Changer series event, and I think the sort of most important takeaway I took from that was being connected to others who were in a sort of similar spot to me, who had just sort of started not-for-profits or had a not-for-profit for a while and were still sort of using it as their side hustle. I think often in sort of the social impact space, there's a greater importance on collaboration, because we often work in our sort of own little bubbles and we should be sort of collaborating further. And the WOW series was a real opportunity for us to sort of collaborate and sort of just sort of network with each other. And we found that we were kind of going through sort of similar things, or one of us had been through a similar thing and somebody else had sort of a way to solve it, or a solution that they'd gone through in their experience. So it was sort of really beneficial in that way to be a part of the WOW series.
I know, Kelly, we still have to get together with our group idea that we have to do like some big fundraiser or event that still needs to happen.
Definitely.
Thank you so much, Kel. It's awesome to have you be a part of my community. It is really incredible. I mean, a few years ago, we met in Chile, and we were so happy to finally meet someone who spoke English. And it's great. And it goes to show, I mean, because we kept in touch like here and there, but years went by, and then we really reconnected this past year for WOW series. And it's just, it's so great to keep a tribe of, women and professionals who are like you and want to do purpose-driven work. It's great to see how we can collaborate. And Kelly's also been integral in helping us go global as well and have that global presence. So thank you so much, Kelly. I'm excited to see where the future takes us. I think we only have one more speaker. Let me see. All right, Heather. Heather is next. Heather is another mutual connection from Emily. She owns a winery out in Napa. She practices what she preaches when it comes to supporting women-owned businesses. She's a big champion of all of us, and she works with a ton of different nonprofit organizations and gives back through her winery, which I will let her share. But we recently just put together an informal partnership. We're at our in-person meetups, or you can order virtually. We're going to do wine tastings together We both believe in the power of sitting down over a glass of wine and changing the world one conversation at a time. I don't know if anyone else agrees with us there. But you can visit her winery, and then she'll be involved with the WOW series a lot. We'll have her product at our events virtually and in person. So Heather, please take it away. Thank you so much for your support.
Oh, I'm so honored to be here. Thanks for having me. Yes, 6 Degrees of Emily Merrill. But yes, if you 6 Degree Society all day long, that's how I came to be here. I am all about women empowering other women. The power of mentorship is huge. In a former life, I worked in tech, and mentoring amazing women has always been a passion of mine. And then, of course, collaborating with amazing women. And to me, that's what inspires me about the WOW Network. So 1 + 1 = 1,000, all ships rise together. So we are a 100% women-owned winery. We actually support a rescue horse ranch out of Napa. We rescue horses. We then turn them into therapy horses, and we take foster girls that have been abused out of the Napa Valley foster care system. We put them on an 8-week leadership and empowerment program on our horses, and then we match them up with female mentors in the community. So we are all about drinking beautiful wine, which does not have to be exclusive from helping the next generation of girls thrive. So we're all about, like I said, things like this. This is our jam. I'm really excited that Abigail and I've been able to partner. One of the ways that we are helping spur what WOW is doing is a percentage of any wine sales from Spirit Horse through WOW does go back to WOW. And so we're excited to be a part of that and help expand all the cool things that you're doing.
Thank you so much, Heather. It feels so great to have you be a part of our community and to change the world one glass of wine at a time. I'm very excited to get our events together and to be showcasing your product. And then, of course, having your support in return by getting some proceeds back to the WOW Series Network.
And I did forget to mention the code. So if you do go to spirithorsevineyards.com, just use the code WOW at checkout, and you'll get $15 off any orders of $100 or more. And we will also donate a percentage of that back to WOW. Club signups as well through WOW, we do give a portion of that back. So if you enjoy wine and you love WOW, that's kind of a pretty natural fit there.
I love that. Thank you. Heather, do you want to, I'll send these links out after too, but do you want to put your link and the code in the chat just so people have it?
Sure.
And that's it. This was quick. We're only at about 35 minutes. After Heather sends her link in the chat, I'm sending a link again to our crowdfunding campaign page. Our goal is $1,000 by Saturday. It is Thursday and we're at 950. So if everyone could open up the link that I just sent, it says visit this page and donate $5, whatever you have available to you, or purchase a membership. We only have 20 spots for the Global Connector at that rate for the Global Connector membership at $35 US, and then the New York Socializers, 105, only available to 15. So we'd love to have you be a part of our community more formally, and of course have your financial support. So I'll put it in again here, just in case you missed it, but I challenge everyone to open up that page and donate whatever you can. And of course, if financially it's not in the cards for you, please follow our podcast, follow us on social media, and really just that free support goes a long way. Having more followers on our podcast and listeners and reviews, it's free, it takes just a couple minutes, and it really helps us grow. Okay, good question about the memberships. So the Global Connector, all the memberships right now are quarterly because we are just launching it and it's new. So it will start at the end of summer around August. We'll go through the end of the year, and then when we relaunch, we'll have annual options from there. But yeah, so we're just piloting it for the last quarter of 2021. Does anyone else have any questions? No? All right. Well, thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in. A reminder to please not only support the WOW series, but supporting Kem, Emily, Heather, Kelly, Christine. I think that's everyone who spoke, right? Oh my gosh. Okay, yeah. Supporting them and their links in the chat, buying a glass of wine, following Kem's podcast, attending a 6 Degrees Society event, I'm so looking forward to meeting all of you in person. If anyone wants to take a trip to California, we will be heading out there to raise a glass with Heather at her winery. Kelly, I'll let you know when I'm in the London area next. I'll be making a trip to come see you. I kept it together, but this really was so humbling. Like I could cry. I feel the tears coming, but I don't know if I feel like crying right now, so I'm going to try and keep it together. But I need to do more of these types of conversations more often because, yes, last year's event in London, for sure. Because really it's, as an entrepreneur, I'm in the thick of this and it can feel daunting. Sometimes I feel like I don't know if I'm having impact or should I keep going or is this working? But to hear your words really, makes it worth it, right? And it makes me feel like I have impact. Here they are. So thank you so much, everyone. It's truly a pleasure. I'm so thrilled that this is on YouTube, so anyone can come here and watch me cry. Unexpected. But that's what we do. I'm a woman, I cry. It's not the first time it's happened at a WOW Series event. All right, I'm gonna stop talking now. Thank you so much, everyone, from the bottom of my heart. You can tell my tears how much this means to me. And I look forward to working together, collaborating together, and to really changing the world with one WOW conversation at a time. So thank you so much again. I'll talk to you all soon. Follow us, support us.
Thank you.
Bye. Global
Bye.
Impact Abby. Yeah. Bye, everyone. Thank you.